Daredevil is the best superhero show across both Marvel and DC, and there's no debating it. Argue with your left booty cheek if you think otherwise. It is better than any of the recent MCU shows put out, better than Terrorist Witch, better than Loki,
or perhaps another prince.
Why are you gay?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, all of them. And don't even get me started on DC, like the DC shows, boo! I think nothing comes close. But Daredevil and the MCU, I just don't think it would work, at least not without destroying the character. To explain, let's first look at Daredevil. Daredevil is a grounded character story about Matt Murdock, his struggles with life, being Daredevil, his friends, his hometown. He ultimately is human, and this show emphasizes that fact to tell a story that isn't about the action, the grandeur, the spectacle, rather to tackle themes such as abandonment, faith, sacrifice, and so on. He struggles mentally, physically, spiritually, and this allows Daredevil to be grounded to a level of realism that we don't often get with superhero shows. Daredevil is honestly just a regular guy. Yeah, he has super sense and he's blind and he can do all that, but honestly, he's just a man. And this man gets beat the up. He struggles against regular folk, and I mean some average level thugs. Has a stamina pool of like 50, so he's always tired. And when he gets injured, which is like all the time, he is gone for a few episodes. Like, look back at season 1, and there's a lot of times where Daredevil's lying on the sofa on the verge of death.
Hang on, I can't breathe!
Because he got f***ed up. It is a comic book character adapted to real life. Now, let's look at the MCU. The MCU is on some next level with aliens, killer robots, intergalactic conquerors, talking trees and all sorts. Whilst it has character development and growth, it's more about the pure entertainment factor, the spectacles, the explosions, the CGI, the quips. Oh god, the quips.
If he asked me to burn the world down, I would have asked him.
Be for vegetarian.
The MCU is not really about portraying these characters as realistically as possible, more about adapting comic book characters to the big screen. And that's not really a dig, I'm not trying to criticize the MCU, it's just observations and facts. And now you could argue that the MCU mainly deal with superpowered individuals, that's why they have aliens, that's why they have killer robots, but then there's the argument of Black Widow, Hawkeye, and that hillbilly that f***ed up Loki. Let's take a look at an MCU human. A human in the MCU that in my opinion, Daredevil should work. Black Widow. This is another human. A regular woman. This woman is out here doing all this. She's going toe to toe with Proxima Midnight. She's fighting off Hela Chitauri. She's flying on a flipping hoverboard around New York. And then she went and dropped off a flipping building, put stuff on the way. No! And then landed on her feet. She's a comic book character. Daredevil is not. Like, can you even imagine Daredevil in half of these scenarios? Fighting off Chitauri? 1-2 Chitauri? He's tired, he's sluggish, he's gonna spend the rest of the battle on Claire's sofa. Imagine him in Wakanda. Them dogs, dog food. Finished. And against Thanos, Daredevil, listen, Daredevil will get dusted by Thanos before he even clicked. There's no competition. Now, if we're talking about Ben Affleck's Darefleck or Devil, I don't know, then yeah, fine, that would work. And some people might say,
yeah, Daredevil is a street level hero. He teams up with Spider-Man. Look.
Imagine Daredevil and this Tom Holland Spider-Man, the same Spider-Man who has nanotech, an Iron Spider suit, all this technology. Imagine him trying to fight Kingpin. He would work him. Now imagine the other way around. Daredevil helping take on Doc Ock. No, Doc Ock is smashing him in. And nothing sums this up better than how Hawkeye used Kingpin. Granted, I didn't watch the whole of Hawkeye. I didn't watch any of it. But I saw the scenes with Kingpin in it, and
Who the f is this nigga, bro?
who is this guy? Firstly, this is not a Kingpin move to be walking up in the middle of the street. Secondly, look how drastically they had to power up this guy to fit this universe. This man takes a whole arrow to the knee. Sorry, old habit. This man takes a whole arrow to the chest and just snaps it off. Right after that, he gets flipping battered by a van and just gets up. And then he gets caught in an explosion at point blank range and then gets up. It's not a Daredevil level villain. This guy needs to fight the Hulk. And that ultimately is my point. It's not that Daredevil, the Marvel character, won't work. is that this version of Daredevil, the Daredevil we watch 3 seasons of, the Daredevil we love and we adore, he won't work. And to make him fit, they'll have to retcon him, reimagine, redo, revamp or whatever. But once they do that, he's no longer that Daredevil. The fact that they cast Charlie Cox to play him is not coincidental. They know how much we love the character. They know how popular the character is. But I fear they will misunderstand where that love and appreciation comes from. Instead, they'll probably just try and bait fans with Daredevil's presence alone, with none of the substance and none of the stuff that made him great. Because when I see Charlie Cox playing Daredevil, I expect that Daredevil. So this is something that's been on my mind for a while. It's been a video in the making for a long time, and I finally decided to do it. You guys tell me what you think. If you think I'm chatting pop, if you agree, let me know in the comments. As always, it's been your boy Sly, and we out. Bloodfire.